The Force Awakens was successful because it dined out on the idea of nostalgia. Watching Han and Chewie enter the Falcon and the trailer is what sold The Force Awakens, but it won't stand the test of time. And then, of course, heroes that no one cares about, Rey and Finn. No real development, no real reason to care about them. And then, of course, spoiled brat Kyle Ron. Need I say more? Hey, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe. Hit the bell for more content. Hit that like button. Smash it. And feel free to share. Share it away. We share here. We do this out of love for Star Wars, movies in general, and to talk about the truth, the facts. There is no my truth, your truth, that person's truth over there. There's the truth. That's it. And we're talking about today the mistakes surrounding making The Force Awakens. How much did it earn? About $2.3 billion. But it's not as well regarded now as it was when it came out. So let's talk about this. We're not going to talk about Lucas selling Lucasfilm to Disney because we have talked about that, and we all know the problem. First problem was first bad decision, taking George Lucas's script treatments, all the artwork, etc., and tossing it. Second mistake, tossing out the EU. Pablo Hidalgo whining about, oh, it's so convoluted. No, it wasn't. You look at the Disney canon now, and it doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense because it's not Star Wars. There are rules you have to follow when you do Star Wars. These are the rules of canon. Okay? And when you're not canon, and the fans will notice, you're going to get crushed. And Pablo, who is supposed to be the brand representative, should have known that and stuck up for what was right, and he didn't. But I have feelings about him, and we all know what I think of him and why he's really why he really stayed on at Lucasfilm. Third bad decision, firing Michael Arndt. Michael Arndt is a good writer. He wanted 18 months to 2 years to write a decent script that would fit the magnitude of a Star Wars Skywalker Saga film. Disney, I think, egged on Kathleen Kennedy, who probably loved this idea, and basically said, no, we want it done sooner. And they had a parting in the ways. Those creative differences that Kennedy seems to run into every time she turns around. So we had that. And then only giving J.J. Abrams 6 months with worn out, past his expiration date, Larry Kasdan, to help him, 6 months to write a script. What we got was contrived, lazy, doesn't make any sense. There was a setup there, at least, that was totally thrown away by Rian Johnson, but we've all talked about that. Not exploring and not making Han, Leia, and Luke the central figures of this saga was a big mistake. All right. Not thinking about how you want to present your new characters was a big mistake. Instead of doing a soft handoff to Rey, Poe, and Finn, the main characters from the original trilogy were abused, stomped on, and crushed. And we all know that. Not thinking about what was done in the OT from a Star Wars lore standpoint. Character development. Character arc. Han doing a 180-degree slide back to what he was doing without, would he really do that? Why? Oh, we'll just do it. We'll just repeat A New Hope and butcher Han's character, butcher Leia's character, butcher Luke's character. Not even have them on the screen once together. and that might be a testament to Disney and Kathleen Kennedy wanting to move too fast, wanting to capitalize on making the money, getting something back for the 4.3 billion, which was a bargain, by the way, that George Lucas sold Lucasfilm to them for. And why did it make so much money? Well, the nostalgia factor. When you see Han and Chewie enter the Falcon in the trailer, that's going to drag a lot of fans to just to see them on the screen together. What we got was sad, broken, pathetic. And, as someone who reads a lot, has studied, character development a lot, who's very familiar with Shakespeare, Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Daniel Defoe, Henry Fielding, la la la. I didn't buy the 180 character reversal that Han took, or the one that Leia took. Jade Prairie came up with a solution to this, and if they would have done it this way, then we could have actually gone, oh, okay, this makes sense. Han goes back to smuggling to help Leia. Okay? She can't get arms and material for the resistance. Because he's her husband, he loves her, he believes in her, and the only person in the galaxy who would see goes out and goes back to doing that to help her. Okay? Because he believes in what she stands for. When you look at the way Disney's treated these characters, everything in the OT didn't matter. Nothing mattered. What they did, what they fought for, and it's just lazy. It's a backstab to George Lucas. It's a backstab to the characters, to the actors that portrayed them, and a backstab to the fans. The fact that you've got female fans running around blaming Han and Leia for Kylo Ren and basically shitting all over the characters pisses me off. It pisses me off. All right? These demented slags running around with their stupid fanfic and their fucked up headcanons. All right? You can't. And I blame Lucasfilm for that. I blame J.J. Abrams for not really thinking about where they were, where they would be at the time, at 30 years later. All right? And that was a mistake. And now we've got what we've got. Another mistake, not connecting the novels to the movies. You want convoluted, look at Chuck Wendig's garbage. Look at Claudia Gray's garbage. Okay? That's convoluted. That's convoluted garbage. That's shit. And even with the decent setup, you can't watch TFA anymore because of TLJ. Do you see where I'm going? It doesn't stand the test of time. These stories and characters are supposed to be timeless, and another mistake made was Disney looked at them as just being movies, and they're not. They're part of these characters. These films George Lucas put together are part of our cultural consciousness, the tapestry of our society, basically. And they're not just movies, okay? Marvel is just movies. I can give a damn about Marvel. Star Wars is about humanity. It's about our shared beliefs, our shared religions, which is what the Force really is. It's about our shared mythologies. It's about the journey to adulthood. It's about mentors and their apprentices. It's about becoming a complete human being. It's about all of that beautiful stuff that humanity has gone through, and Disney and Lucasfilm shit all over it. Okay. Skywalker Family Saga is not just a movie. It is not just a bunch of movies. It is much richer and deeper than anything these people could ever think of. But when you mistakenly hire Kathleen Kennedy and keep her on when you allow her to hire Carrie Hart, and none of the people that were still there after Kennedy got done purging Lucas's old people, are fans of Star Wars. They can say they are, but let me tell you something. Actions are louder than words. You can say you're a Star Wars fan all you want, but when you purposely go out to fuck up Han Solo, fuck up Leia, fuck up Luke, you're not a fan. You do not know what Star Wars is about, but you are an activist. And you are a mistake. It should not have happened with Lucasfilm. Okay? And that is directed at Carrie Hart, Pablo Hidalgo, Claudia Gray, and ultimately Kathleen Kennedy. And ultimately Bob Iger, who should have taken control a long time before we got to where we got now. Alright? Because to a lot of fans it's too late. But all this stuff we're complaining about now started before TFA started principal photography, with firing Mike, with throwing away all the material Lucas gave them, throwing away the EU, because if they weren't going to use what Lucas wanted, they could have done something with the EU, and only giving, firing Michael Arndt, and only giving JJ and Larry Kasdan 6 months to write a decent script. All right. This is why we're at where we're at. So this is Steph, signing out. See you around the galaxy.